Hello, Schechter community. I so wish that we were all together and that I were greeting you and your children at the front doors of our schools rather than sending you a weekly email and now this video. But this is where we are. I want to take this time to thank the faculty and staff at Schechter for their truly incredible work. I know that now at home you're getting to see the inside view of what these teachers have been doing throughout the year. And I want to emphasize that what you are seeing every day in your homes is a level of effort, care, and creativity that is simply blowing all of us away. I also want to thank you and your children for your flexibility, resilience, and hard work throughout this indescribable time. You, the parents, are truly your children's heroes. And we know how challenging it is to be home, balancing their learning as well as your own work lives. Finally, I would like to thank the Schechter trustees for their partnership and leadership, as well as our donors who are helping to keep our school moving forward. We truly need you now more than ever. We're currently navigating a level of uncertainty many of us have never experienced in our lives, and I want to acknowledge just how exhausting that can be. I wish I could use this video to put an end to the uncertainty, but I can't. What I can do and hope to do is to share what we at Schechter have been thinking about, who we are following, and offer some framing to help us continue to manage this time. I want to begin by reminding all of us that this will come to an end. We will get through it. What is unpredictable is when. It is likely that restrictions will be lifted and reinforced again, perhaps several times before we get through all of this. For our sense of care, planning, and health, we cannot yoke our hopes to one particular date. We're thinking through several contingency plans and know that we must stay nimble, flexible, and thoughtful, as well as responsive along the way. Most importantly, we must care for one another during this strain, and we must dig deep into our wells of empathy and compassion. And we must cleave to our school and other institutions that we so dearly love so that we can all come out of this together on the other end. Schechter follows the state of Connecticut and the town of West Hartford regarding school closings and reopenings. We also work under the guidance of the Bloomfield West Hartford Health Departments. The governor has convened a special task force that is meeting to plan to think through how we might reopen our schools. When we do reopen, we will put in place all medically and scientifically data-backed precautions to keep everyone in our community as safe as possible. Our faculty have made sure that our students are staying connected with them and each other, and they're also making sure they continue to learn and engage. It's remarkable how much our students are learning throughout this time. Schechter has truly shined, and it is clearer than ever that at Schechter you get more. While the state currently has May 20th as a potential date for the end of social distancing, we are planning for the possibility of being closed for the rest of the year. We're also thinking about next year and are planning for several potential possibilities. At this time, we fully intend to open at our campus in the end of August for the 2021 school year. All of our efforts are focused on resuming the entire Schechter experience at that time. However, I want to reassure our families, returning and new, that should state or federal restrictions preclude us from opening the campus as scheduled, and should we be required to begin the fall continuing with our distance learning, we will adjust accordingly. The decisions regarding the fall will be driven by the governor and local health departments. And for many of these possibilities, we're putting together plans for our incredible and enhanced distance learning program to continue so that we can stay connected as a community of learners and human beings. Even amidst so many uncertainties, please be assured that we will work proactively, transparently, and in the same spirit of partnership with parents that has always defined our school. We wish for your family's continued health and safety. We thank you for your support of your children at home as they move forward in our distance learning models. And we are deeply grateful for your unwavering belief in Schechter now more than ever. The strength and spirit of the Schechter community continues to fill us with hope and confidence, and we look forward to welcoming you back as soon as possible. I've always thought of myself as an optimistic person, and recently I've been giving thought to the growing and important distinction between hope and optimism. And this quote by Václav Havel has been particularly illuminating. He says, "The kind of hope I often think about, I understand above all, is a state of mind, not a state of the world. Hope is not prognostication. It is an orientation of the spirit, an orientation of the heart. It transcends the world that is immediately experienced and is anchored somewhere beyond its horizons. Hope is not the same thing as optimism. It is not the conviction that something will turn out well, but the certainty that something makes sense regardless of how it turns out. In short, I think that the deepest and most important form of hope, the only one that can keep us above water and urge us to good works, and the only true source of the breathtaking dimension of the human spirit and its efforts, is something we get, as it were, from elsewhere. It is also this hope, above all, that gives us the strength to live and continually try new things. This is where we are, in a state of mind of hope, urging us to good work on behalf of each other and our community, working together to adapt to our circumstances, knowing that in the end it will make sense, and that we will each be a bit better for coming together to discover the breathtaking dimensions of the human spirit and its efforts. Shabbat Shalom.